So good to have Father Murr. People are telling me they love seeing him, and I love hearing from him. Father Murr.
Well, Father Murr also enjoys being seen. It's good.
Father,
it's good. It's good. Look, let me just do this quickly.
Yeah, hit me.
Anthony Stein. You know Anthony Stein?
Yes, of course.
A great guy. I listen to him religiously. Pardon the pun. But and he brought out this morning. He had some sort of breaking news in the Charlotte case and this Bishop Martin.
Yeah.
And it follows this way. This morning, the Holy Father, it seems, had a meeting in the Vatican with Cardinal Roach, and the man who's in charge of the Congregation for Worship.
Yes, I knew that.
The Castery for Worship, right?
Yep.
There is about a 7 or 8 hour difference between Rome and Middle United States.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that Roach gave a telephone call, made a telephone call to Martin.
Good.
Because Bishop Martin put out a memorandum that he was going to extend the time for the transfer of all of these, all of the Latin Mass Catholics to that one Protestant building that he had until October. And then he ended this way. He said, and if Rome comes out with any other decree, I will obey it.
I read that. I think, it's coming.
What is that telling?
It's coming.
What is that telling?
Of course.
Yeah, it's coming. And this is very good. And excuse me, pardon me for saying so, but it couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Yeah. Well,
the embarrassment of it. It's good.
Yeah. Well, Father, this is a movement. I think what's happened, and you can correct me on this, I think the traditional TLM Mass has been growing with such, persecution that I believe that once the Holy Father does relieve that we're going to have a lot more traditional Latin Masses even in local parishes.
You know it.
I think it's coming. I think it's coming.
I can guarantee it.
Am I wrong though? I just think that's how I see it.
No, I can guarantee it. I can guarantee, and that's what the progressives, that's what the modernists we're scared to death of.
Yeah.
The reason the bishop from Charlotte is kind of pumping the brakes is because somebody probably told him, or he's probably just observed that the present Pope is very, very partisan towards the Latin Mass. He knows how to do it himself, and apparently he was doing it as a cardinal in a chapel in the Vatican. And so it was, he really didn't think it through, realizing that this is not Pope Francis on the See of Peter.
Yeah.
This is a Pope that actually has respect and knows how to celebrate the Latin Mass. And so I think that's one of the reasons that somebody reminded him, said, you better pump the brakes on this. And I also believe that it was, as Fulton Sheen said, lay people, it's up to lay people to tell your priests how to be priests and your bishops how to be bishops. That's the way you're going to save the church. I think the backlash was so strong through Catholic social media. The bishop and his staff, they must have been seeing LifeSite News, Dr. Anthony Stein, et cetera, and they saw the backlash, and somebody probably called them up and said, you know what, the Pope may not even back you up on this. I think you're sticking your neck out, and so I think this is why he's pumping the brakes. That's my opinion.
Can I throw one other aspect, Father Murr, correct me on this? We see so many young families going to the traditional Latin Mass. I had a family here this weekend at my house, and they're from Texas, and they're in San Antonio, and they're disappointed that they have one church in the entire diocese of San Antonio. So they're complaining. I have a sense that the Holy Father understands alienating people from going to church is probably not a good idea, unlike his predecessor. I'm just saying, because we hear people say, oh, so you don't want to, so we'll send you off. In other words, get out of the parish, go to some, Protestant chapel that you bought or whatever, just don't do it here at the chapel. You're not welcome at the church. And I think that those days are coming to an end, because I think the Holy Father, Pope Leo, understands that these people are real and they love the Lord and they want to worship Jesus Christ, and there's no reason why they can't. That's my take.
I believe we also have a Pope who finally
Yeah.
is willing to wrestle with the problem of disunity.
Ah, that's huge.
He sees it, he understands it. We are fragmented. This is
big
a
time.
broken church. It's broken
Yeah.
into 1,000 pieces. And what he's talking about in a major way is unity.
Yes.
Unity. Well, you don't get unity by ostracizing the new and growing and up and coming part of your church.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not how you get it.
Father,
You get it with a smile and a nod and acceptance. But the problem is that the progressives, the modernists, are so against the traditional mass because it is the traditional faith, and they don't want that. It's the traditional church. They don't want that. And I'm going to tell you something. If they don't have that, they have nothing.
Yeah.
They have an invention of their own, and nobody wants that.